My name is Ken Pina. I'm from Carmel Valley, California. Born and raised on the peninsula, basically. My father's name was Roy Pina, and he was kind of a sporty gentleman. He liked sports cars. In 1958, he bought this Porsche Speedster, and I always thought it was Wester's, but I'm learning through all the paperwork it was another company back then. It's before Wester. And so we knew Don Wester. So he bought the car in 1958, and we still lived in Carmel Valley at that point, and there was a big field out by our house, and you know, in the afternoons, and he'd get home and I'd say, Dad, I like the car, can I drive it? And he'd taught me to drive when I was 8 years old, 7, 8 years old. And so he'd say, sure, get in, go around, do some laps around the field. When my sister was 1962, she was interested in going to a college back in Florida. So in the summertime, he, myself, and my sister jumped in the Porsche, top down, put a luggage rack on it, had 3 suitcases on the back, and away we go. He kept a little log of when we went on our Florida trip. So he's got, you know, how much he paid for gas and what the mileage was, and he kept records. I have the original invoice for it. But he kept all of his registrations. You know, every year he'd clip it to that little thing on the steering column. You know, and so all of them aren't on there, but you know, there's still a chunk of them there, and plus on the back, you know, the little tags they're up to a pretty good volume on that. Before he passed, he wanted us to have control over what happened to it. And, you know, and I used to take him for rides when he was in his 90s. You know, we'd get in it and go for a ride around the ocean, Sillamar and, you know, Cannery Row and through the tunnel. You know, he loved the tunnel. Ever since I've had it, it's been in a garage covered normally, but, you know, I take it out and drive it, and I'm not afraid to drive it. It's, you know, some people would think, oh my gosh, you're driving that, but it's a car, and I'm comfortable driving it. It's been out to the Corral de Tierra meet, you know, during the Concours d'Elegance, and I like to drive it around the peninsula during the Concours, and you know, get the thumbs up and all the rest of that. So it's just part of the family, you know, part of the family. You know, I love the car. You know, and it's been fun to drive, but at this point in my life, it's just time to move on. You know, it'll always be in my heart. You know, but it's a car that you can't just put away and forget about it. You know, it needs to be driven. It needs to have the battery, you know, trickle charger on it, and it's not something you could put away and put it in mothballs and expect it to come back and, you know, be the same. I would say enjoy it. Drive it, you know, take care of any little things that you think need to be taken care of. But right now, I would not hesitate to get in this car and go to LA with it. You know, it's dependable, it's running good, and you know, it's been a nice car. I would say, you know, whoever gets, drive it. Just keep driving it. You know, it'll go forever.